Hello everyone. Today we will see how to register your client via BSE StAR MF. To register your client via BSE StAR MF, you have to go to admin, client details, client master. Now these are the basic details of the client which system will ask. So the first field is client code. Client client code basically it's a unique ID. It's an unique ID which you are providing for your investor. So this unique ID you can provide up to 10 digits or 10 characters, or you can provide up to one digit or one character as well. You can give alphabet, you can give numeric, or you can give mix of alphabet as well as numeric over here. Next is branch. So in the drop down box you can find COP branch as an option, so please select COP branch. Next is tax status. Select the appropriate tax status of your investor. As you can see, you can find out different tax status over here. Therefore, you can register any type of investors in BSE StAR MF. So select the appropriate tax status over here. Next, holding nature. Select holding nature from the drop down box, single, joint or anyone survivor. Mention the name of the applicant as per the KYC format. Mention the date of birth of the investor. In case of non-individual, you have to mention the non-individual as well as HUF. You have to mention the date of incorporation over here. Select gender. As you can see, second applicant and third applicant are grey out. It is because I have selected holding nature as single. Once I select holding nature as joint or anyone survivor, this field will also enable by the system to enter the details. Select the occupation code. Mention the nominee name and nominee relationship. It is not mandatory, but if you want to mention, you can mention it over here. Select dividend pay mode as per the investor's choice. Mention the PAN number of the investor, PAN of the first applicant. If the second and third applicant are there, then you have to mention the second PAN number 2 as well as PAN number 3 over here. And for example, if you had selected tax status as on behalf of minor, then you have to mention guardian name as well as guardian PAN number over here. Select client type, physical or demat. Remember if you're going to select demat, then you have to select depository name, CDS or NSDL, and then you have to mention the beneficiary account number over here. Also remember, in the demat you have an option to enter only one bank details over here. So this bank, whichever you will mention over here, this bank has to be linked with the DP. You cannot mention any other bank. So whichever bank you mention over here, that has to be linked with the DP. And suppose if you are going to select physical, means non-demat, in that case you have an option to enter any 5 bank details of the investor, and among that any 5 banks you have to select any one bank as a default bank. So let me enter bank details over here. Enter the account number, enter IFSC code, once you enter IFSC code, system will fetch bank name, branch name automatically. If you want to keep first bank as a default bank flag, then keep this flag as yes. If you want to add any other bank, then you can add other bank details also of the investor. and you have to select default bank flag as no because I had selected default first bank as a default bank. Now next is communication part. So in that, mention the address of the investor, mention city, pin code, select state from the drop down box, country will remain India, select communication mode. I'll suggest you can select communication mode as email, but again you can select this as per your investor's choice. Mention email ID, mention mobile number of the investor, last CKYC. Now for all of your clients, kindly select CKYC as no by default for all type of your clients, and then next click on save. So as you can see on your screen, system will show you a message client added successfully. So it means you have generated the client code for your investor successfully. Now the next step is that client will receive an authentication email and SMS to activate this UCC or this client code. So client have to authorize the details which you had entered via email and SMS. Let me show you that.
As you can see on the screen, investor will receive a SMS just like this from BSE to authenticate that UCC or client code which you had generated. What investor have to do? Investor have to click on this link, and the details which you had filled, it will show on the screen to authenticate. Similarly, investor can also go to email if they want to authenticate via email. So they can also go to the email and click on the same link, and it will also show the same page to authenticate. Let me show you the process of email as well.
So as you can see on your screen, investor has received an email also from BSE StAR MF to authenticate this UCC or client code which you had generated. This link is exactly same which we had just now saw in the SMS. So once the investor will click on the link, they will also redirect to the same page which you can see on your screen right now. Now what investor to do? Investor click on this accept button. They can verify the details, and then after that they can click on this accept button. After that they will receive an OTP via SMS as well as via email. So they have to enter the OTP as well. Okay, so I have already received an OTP via SMS, and I have received an OTP via email as well. So I have to enter the OTP as you can see on the screen 143691. So I will enter 143691 and confirm. Okay, so now the UCC authentication part has been done. Remember, if investor will not authenticate this UCC, that particular client code will not activate till now, till that time. Also, the deadline to authenticate the client, client code or UCC, is 5 calendar days. So investor have time to authenticate the client code till 5 calendar days. They have time. Before that, they can authenticate. After that, this link will expire automatically, and then you have to generate a new client code. So in this way, you can generate the client code for your investor, as well as in this way, the authentication of the client code will be done. Thank you for watching.